Well guys, welcome back. It is a balmy 10 degrees below zero. It is March 1st. We're roughly 4.5 months away from the start of Miles of Mayhem. So what better time to start a new project? So we're gonna get started building Josh's truck. I'll take you down to the shop. We just got it fired up, and we'll get it into the good shop and we'll start tearing it apart. So last year we took my neglected 86 Chevy, and this year we're going to take Josh's neglected 86 Ford. So we'll take a look at it here, we'll get it moved up to the shop, and then we'll take a real good look.
Well, this is our race truck for the year. So I've had this one for, fuck, I don't know, 15 years, probably close to 20. But it's going to be a 5-liter and a
well, it is a 5-liter stick shift.
That's exactly what it is right now,
and it's exactly what it's going to be.
Exactly what it's going to be. So
it's going to have 3 more camshafts and 2 more gears.
2 more gears and 1 or 2 more ponies, hopefully.
Yeah. We'll get it out of here. We'll get it in the other shop, and then we'll take a good look at it. We just had to dig everything out of the way behind it. Yeah. But it's been here for what? Almost 2 years? Year and a half?
Over a year.
Yeah, we parked it in here. And unlike my truck, your tires are still holding air.
Idle's nice.
Yeah. The door's not dented like mine either.
I don't need to change anything. She's ready for race week.
Yeah, it's ready for race week. This 3-year-old feels good. Yeah. Oh, listen to that Ford power steering line. At least I got electric windows. Oh, race truck, lightweight.
I can't afford it.
Yeah. Oh, good. It's not going to start.
No.
Well, we gave it a quick boost again. We'll see if the power steering kills it again. Watch out for your lawnmower, Josh. It sounds high performance. It runs as good as mine too. That's that fuel injection. They're around the corner. Take a run.
So here it is in all its glory, my 86. It's going to be the race truck from here on out for when it's my turn to race, and then when Mike races, it's going to be his wagon, alternating every year as we have been. But I don't know, it's fairly clean. It's got a little bit of rust here and there. Starting off a lot better than we did with the Beetle or the Galaxy.
Yeah, this is in nicer shape than both those. We don't have to build a frame on this, so that's the first time in 3 years of Miles Mayhem planning that we haven't had to rebuild a frame. So this is an 86, so it's the first year of the fuel injection, and the last year of the 9-inch. So this is a 9-inch stick shift EFI 302 truck, and if you come over here, it's going to stay a 9-inch stick shift 302 truck, because we have a Coyote we got from Pick and Pull a couple weeks ago. We have unknown mileage on this, and what's mileage on yours, Josh?
Around 220.
So his truck has 220. We're going to guess this thing has close to double that. We haven't pulled valve covers, nothing. I'm going to guess it probably needs intake valves done because it's an 11. And 11 to 14s had bad intake valves. They tulip them. So chances are, just like Steven had to do with his Coyote in his Dodge, we'll probably have to redo intake valves. And if we're going to do that, we'll do cam chains at the same time. But we got everything. We got the radiator, the fans, the mass airflow, the surge tank, all the harnesses. I'm going to end up taking all the harnesses home to my place and spending many hours thinning them out, going through them, and I may end up powering up the ECU just to see how many miles we got on it and to start figuring out the unlock on it. But
see how many codes it has.
We're gonna set up our whiteboard, have a coffee here while we warm up a little bit, because like I said, it's a nice 10 degrees below zero, and then we're gonna get started pulling this engine and transmission out. We should have these out today, shouldn't have any problem. We'll pull them all out as one. and we may or may not start figuring out how well that 302 is going to fit in. We'll pull the hood, we'll pull the grill off so we don't wreck any of that. And depending on how things sit, we may even pull the rad support out just to give us a little more clearance. But yeah, we're going to get after it here.
Smoky garage on a Saturday night, sparks flying high like a neon light. There's a V12 rumbling where it don't belong. Welding dreams of steel while cranking a song. Chrome in the veins, rust in the soul.
Okay, hood, rad support, grill, all gone. Now we have this mess to deal with. We're going to try and disconnect every connector and leave the harness with the engine for now, as much of it as we can, so that there's less for me to go through on the body here, because I'll have to make everything here work with everything else. Hey, it is a hydraulic clutch, so that makes things easier. Yeah, it's other than like 2 or 3 broken bolts, that come out really nice actually. So I'll put you guys back on time lapse and we'll just keep unhooking stuff and try to keep as much of this engine together as we can. And then one of us can go in the cab and start undoing the shifter, and another guy can go underneath and start undoing the drive shaft and the hydraulic line to the clutch, or the slave, depending on how this one works. And we can get this out of here, or get close to. I think I got to pull the top intake manifold to pull this engine out, but we're going to find out here in a couple minutes.
C10 tearing down that moonlit road, wires hanging out, but she still goes. No talks back here, just feel it tight. If it blows up, we'll fix it right. Every bolt we strip, every panel we bend, we just call it a feature, not the end. So fire up that welder, let's go again.
We've got pretty much everything up top undone. I believe all we have left is engine mounts, and we'll have to check and make sure there's not a few block grounds. Josh has been underneath and he's gotten the exhaust off, and he's working on transmission mount, clutch, speedometer cable, and drive shaft. So we're gonna make him lay underneath and do all the work, and I'll stand up here and, you know, supervise.
This ain't just a build, it's revenge.
Okay, so we got all the exhaust out, transmission's undone, shifter's out of the cab, everything he could find on the transmission has been disconnected. I believe everything on the engine is disconnected, or at least enough we can stress test it.
Find
We'll see if there's any block grounds at the back. I couldn't find any, but I also didn't take that good of a look. So I think we're going to try and lift it. We'll lift the tranny up a little bit and try to get the tranny over the cross member, and then we'll just roll the truck out from underneath the engine is the plan. Because the jack doesn't exactly roll really well on this floor. Right. This concrete is a little more like dirt.
Hillbilly asphalt here.
So we'll get her up and try to get her out.
By the night, yeah, forever wrenched by the
Okay, we got our wheelbarrow full of engine moved. We'll get this one turned around. Actually, before we turn it around, I suppose I should take some of the junk out of the back. Then we'll lift it out, set it down, spin the crane around, lift it up, and roll the truck ahead. Easy. Okay, we're just starting to kind of look and see how things are going to look. The oil filter adapter bracket and cooler, we're going to take that off for now. And we may end up building a relocate for it. But we'll get that off because it looks like it's going to hit the subframe pretty bad, like the cross member under the engine there. Because with it clearing, we're about 6-8 inches too far forward. So we'll get that off quick. And then we'll see if we can get this thing back in there where it needs to be.
When the daylight fades, steel and fire where legends are made. Well, sparks fly, the engine screams, turning busted dreams of mean machines. EFI burning, the laptop glows, 390 thunder and the boost gauge grows. Every boat, every sky, every mile I ride. It's Barkley built, not a factory ride. Barkley built. Turning rust into rock and roll. Barkley built, yeah. We're riding hard and in control. From the shop floor to the open road, we make the metal scream and explode. Barkley built, full throttle fade. No rules, no fear, no brakes. Wrench in hand with a wild green line.
Okay, so we're going to call that it for today. We have a rough idea of what we got to do with the Coyote. We're going to have to figure out mounts, which looks like it'll be fairly easy. We can pretty much bolt one on. We got to oval one hole from those generic LS mounts I have. And that'll do the driver's side. And then the passenger side, 2 of bolt holes line right up, but we'll have to extend the plate to reach a 3rd or a 4th hole. But it looks like it'll be fairly easy. And then we just got to clean up the frame a little bit, shorten our ears, and get it set where we want it to be, tack them in, pull the engine out, we can finish weld those. And then the engine mounting looks fairly easy. Then we can figure out the cooler, we can figure out the alternator. I'm going to try and see if I can figure out something to do to make the power steering work, because of course truck Coyotes never had a power steering pump. They were all electric power steering. But we made a little bit of a list, and if one of us gets time or ambition before we start working on stuff again, the dash is all got to come out. We got to do a bunch of wiring and stuff. So, but I figure it'll be 2 weeks till we're back out here. Probably get a day in, and hopefully by that time we have a few more things lined up. Hopefully maybe a transmission, but we'll see. And then we'll have mounts, get the engine and transmission kind of figured out, and then the engine can come out. We'll tear it apart, and most likely just get the heads done and do the timing chains. We got to do a bunch of seals on it that are leaking. Am I forgetting anything, Josh?
Need a scrub.
Needs a good wash. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. And give us a follow on Instagram. It's at Barkley Build. Thanks.